Inside of M-Series, you can use the load command to bring fixtures that are active on the stage back into the programmer to manipulate and put into new queues. So let's go ahead and press load, and then if we want to load everything from our stage that's presently up, we press load again. Now we can see that we've loaded every fixture and every parameter that's active on our stage. Let's press clear twice. We can also press load, and before pressing load again or pressing enter, which is an alternate way to use this command, we can filter for different types of information. So if we just want the color information, we can turn that filter on, or just color and intensity, and then hit enter. Once we hit enter, we can see that we only have made active color and intensity information. The other parameters are not in our programmer and have not been touched. The load command is really powerful and can be used in some other different ways. Let's press clear twice to clear our programmer and go to our groups and preset strips window. I now want to select a group or fixture that I want to load and press load. Now the load window pops up and I'm able to filter if I'd like between different parameters or just hit enter. We can now see in our programmer that we've loaded the fixtures that I selected by selecting their group. We can also select fixtures inside of a queue. For example, we'll grab our quantum washes, then we'll press load at Q3, enter. Now what did this do? We have our flyout blender queue list selected, and previous to starting the command, we selected our quantum washes. So now in the programmer, we can see that all the information for all of the quantum washes, that whole group, in Q3 of the flyout blender has been loaded in the programmer. Now we're able to work with these values in any way that we want. There are also some really helpful filters we can use when we follow that command. Let's press clear twice again. For example, we can go back to our group preset strips, grab our quantum washes, pop back to our programmer, and say load at Q3. And before we hit enter, we have a variety of different options we can work with. We can load just our base values or our effects and timing values as well. We can merge or replace values that are already in the programmer. We can also go ahead and clone active, which is only the fixtures that are in the given queue, active and inactive, which includes all information for queues previous in the queue list that have tracked through, or whole fixture. Whole fixture means that it's going to load any information that the parameters have for the whole fixture coming from any queue inside the software. Down here at the filters, we can also turn on intensity, pan, tilt, color, gobo, beam, and beam effects in any combination that we desire. I'm going to load all of them. We can now press enter to load the fixtures. Let's go ahead and use the load command to copy information from previously selected fixtures to new fixtures all within the programmer. I'm back in my groups and preset strips window. Now I'm going to select my Rush MH6s, go back to my programmer so I can show you what's going on, and I'm going to press load at, and then I'm going to press my quantum washes. I'm then going to press enter. We can see now that the Rush MH6 washes have copied the information that the Mac Quantum washes were doing. So because the Mac Quantum washes were in the preset lead singer, the Rush MH6 washes are in the preset lead singer. This would work with any of the presets or values that the different fixtures have loaded into the programmer. So you can see how this can be really powerful when you're programming quickly. It's important to know that using the load command in this way to clone fixtures inside of the programmer is always going to copy information in the selection order. So make sure you're selecting your fixtures in the order you want to copy information. The other important thing to note is if you have more fixtures that you're copying to than the amount of fixtures that you're copying from, the console is going to go ahead and repeat the information to the new fixtures. Let me show you how this works. Here I've loaded fixtures 51 and 52 into the programmer. I'm now going to go ahead and select some fixtures to copy this to. So let's go ahead and grab our quantum profiles. We're now going to press load at 51 plus 52. Enter. We can now see that all of the information from the Rush MH6 washes was loaded to the Mac Quantum profiles. And if we look specifically at the color, where there's some variation in the parameters, we're going from 2 Rush MH6s to 24 Mac Quantums. However, they followed the pattern of the color. It's also important to note that if the destination fixtures, these quantum profiles, for example, were not already in these presets of cyan and green, then the hard percentage values from the source fixtures would be copied to the destination fixtures.